for mastering material of various types, and there are many types of study guides to help you in studying.
Study guide basics. When it comes to study guides, we have to look at the questions pertaining to the material. We also have to look at definitions, true or false sections, sample programs, and concept outlines.
Making a study guide, you can use like the stuff provided by your instructor because they can provide their own study guides. Also, you can make your own study guides, and those will help you think critically about the material. So it'll make you learn it as you're making your own study guide. And to make one, there's 6 easy steps.
The first step is to keep in mind 3 goals associated with building an effective study guide. And what you need to do under this step is you need to condense all your study materials into manageable sections, some things that you can be able to read and remember. And then you also need to identify, explain, and demonstrate the relationship between ideas and concepts. So for your best study guides to be effective, you have to be able to explain them and you have to be able to relate them. And then the last one is to create practical examples that apply the material to real life situations in parallel. Apart from using our textbooks, we also have what we experience from our life, so we need to be able to apply those study guides to our real life situations.
Step 2 is get all of your information together that you're going to need. This includes like your textbooks, your notes, any assignments, or any study guide materials that were provided to you.
And then the other step is to identify main concepts you need to include in your study guide. You need to write and review the study materials you compiled. To be able to come up with a meaning from what you've created, you need to be able to combine them for them to be able to make meaning.
Step 4 is list supporting information and related facts pertaining to the main concepts that you want to include in the study guide. This can be bullet format, number system, or find whatever works best for you.
And then, so after you've done all the other steps, you need to be able to come up with a study guide format. And when you come up with a study guide format, you need to take into consideration the subject being studied. If you're studying about psychology, then you have to put that into consideration. And then you also have to look how the subject can be best organized. Organization is also very important to be able to succeed. And so you also need to look at your learning style. Of course, you also need to have styles to be able to succeed.
There's different types, like I said, and the first is concept maps, which are main idea boxes connected by lines or branches, and it's for really good for visual learners. And here are some examples.
And then we have comparison checks. With these, we use them to compare and contrast a related group of ideas. We also, a good example can be a chart on different plant species with plant names side by side, and this plant's kingdom, family, and genus, in coinciding columns underneath.
Then there's also flashcards, which one group covered already, so we know about them. And those are just more examples about how you can use flashcards.
And then we can also use diagrams. A study guide diagram is ideal for defining representing processes and or procedures that can take place by the way of a series of defined steps. These start with the main concept and are organized from left to right in a way that highlights important key factors in order of how they happen.
Next is timelines, and this is good for chronological events, like if you're in a history or politics class, or even biology, these can be useful. Everything's in order by date, as you can see here on these examples.
And then we can also use sample tests. These are practice tests that include questions similar to those that we can really test. So you will need to practice. These are a good example of practice tests.
And those are just a few of different study guides that you can choose the step 6, you're gonna need to create the study guide in either one or a combination of the formats that you chose, whichever best fits you. Use the main concepts and supporting information that you pulled from all of your study materials that you gathered in the previous steps, and you may draft the guide on paper by hand or use a computer processing spreadsheet or any specialized program that you choose to make your study guide.
There should also be purpose of study. The purpose of study is to memorize lecture notes and textbook materials so that you can increase your comprehension and memory of large amounts of information.
Proper use is important when you're using your study guide. Make a study schedule, stay focused, make time for breaks because we all need them. Start studying as soon as possible. Review your notes within 24 hours of class is what is recommended. Get some sleep and eat breakfast, it's important. And avoid those cramming sessions.
Okay, sign off. Very good. Sign off. Say it.
This is the end of our discussion of study guides. We hope you learned something from the guide. My name is Faith.
And I'm bringing a grub.